What's going on, you crazy bastards? You're back here with Rob Kimball for a WWE Payback review. We start off the show with a pre-show. El Torito versus Hornswoggle, mask versus hair match. I was not interested in this. I did not watch it, but I did catch a recap later on in the show, and El Torito won just as I expected, and we lost the hair on Hornswoggle. That's that. Moving on. Cesaro versus Sheamus for the U.S. title, and we come out with Paul Heyman, and he acknowledges the fans because we have a lot of CM Punk chants. So we finally get an acknowledgement of CM Punk. And recently he has announced his retirement. So, Paul Heyman says that he's probably watching a Chicago Blackhawks game right now and they're going to lose. Then he goes on about his clients, this and that. Anyway, we get a good fucking match. Great match. And holy shit, how strong Cesaro is. When he did that fucking move off the top turnbuckle with fucking Sheamus, he slipped on the rope. So it was sheer strength from Cesaro and got his ass up and over. Holy fuck. This guy is strong. Very fucking strong. And in the end, this is the best match that Sheamus has had in a very fucking long time. And he did put over Cesaro in a few things. He took some fucking chops, and wow. So, I did not like the ending, but we have 21 swings from Cesaro to Sheamus, and Sheamus, for some reason, gets a small package roll-up victory here. The way I look at it is the U.S. title is not in the future of Cesaro. There's bigger and better things. So, that's fine with me. A-okay. Moving on. Rhodes Brothers versus Ryback. Ryback's working well together. Surprising enough because, you know, like they even said during this pay-per-view, it was all about themselves. So they're starting to get colored fucking coordination going on in their gear. And they look a lot better together. They take it to Goldust right off the bat. And they did really, really good there for a while. And then finally, after Goldust is getting his ass handed to him, gets a hot tag to Cody. Cody comes in, he starts rocking some shit. Almost fucking kills himself doing the moonsault. Holy shit, what happened there? Wow. Things happen when you get jumping off those fucking ropes like that. And maybe you should change up that move. I don't know. And well, anyway, the disaster kick, which is his bread and butter. Well, the disaster kick ends up being Cody's disaster tonight. And he ends up landing himself in the Ryback's shoulders. And that turns into the shell-shock victory for Ryback here. And then he gets the mic, tells Goldust that, brother to brother, you deserve a better tag partner than me. And walks out. Goldust looks a little upset here, but we'll find out what goes on probably tomorrow night at Raw. Then we move on to Lana comes out, obviously talking about Russia and Putin and USA sucks. Rusev comes out and he's swinging that motherfucking flag so goddamn vigorously. I don't know how he wasn't blown up by the time he got to the goddamn match. Holy shit. So then we get Big E comes out, finally changes trunks, although they're still up his ass crack. He has a U.S. flag, he has a U.S. trunks, new gear, good stuff, I enjoy it. No more Jamaican gear with a U.S. flag. Didn't make sense. So he's swinging his fucking flag vigorously too, and so who's better at swinging a flag? I don't really give a shit. I did love the spear from Big E to Rusev through the fucking ropes to the outside of the ring. Wow, but we get this monster fucking kick out of Rusev to Big E, laying him the fuck out. Crush, says Lana, and so he does. Accolade, tap out, Big E's done. Rusev wins this one. Then we get this match, Kofi Kingston versus Bo Dallas. Yay, fucking whatever. Doesn't even happen because Kane comes out of the ring and just destroys Kofi Kingston. And Bo Dallas comes back into the ring after He says, all you have to do is believe. Whatever. Bo Dallas, I don't like that gimmick at all, but he's putting it over. He's been given something. He's going to run with it. Fuck it. Let's find out what happens there. Then we have RVD versus BNB. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Rob Kimball Brand. And RVD, clearly he's quit his shit. Not shaving his chest or back no more, and he's looking tired. And I am an RVD fan. I do love RVD, but you know, there's a time in a person's career that you have to change gears, and it looks like that's what's going to happen. Bad News Barrett comes out and tells us that he's going to send him on a long summer vacation, and that's exactly what he does. RVD does hit a few good spots here, but Bad News Barrett, man, he is fucking running the show here. He's doing good, and he ends up hitting the Bad News Bullhammer. Boom! Finishes it, but after he hit it to a goddamn the steel fucking pole. Ouch. And what I liked about that, when he did hit RVD, he was still selling his fucking elbow, hurting like a son of a bitch. That is good shit. Picks up the victory here, rightfully so. That's the way it was supposed to be. RVD, I don't know what the stipulation, why he's going to send him packing for a long summer vacation. Must be his, because RVD has that weird contract, 90 days or so, whatever the fuck it ends up being. So it looks like we won't see RVD for a while. Then we have Stephanie McMahon calling out Daniel Bryan to the ring to make the right decision. And he comes out, Daniel Bryan. Crowd is fucking insane here for Daniel Bryan. Comes out with Brie Bella. We sort of know exactly what's going to happen here. Anyway, Daniel Bryan calls her a narcissistic, self-centered, what's the other word? Brie helps us out, bitch. And the crowd fuck goes over. Great stuff. And then we can see what's going to happen here. Daniel Bryan goes to start to hand over the belt. Brie Bella says nope. Stands over. And she says, Stephanie McMahon, you don't need to fire me because I quit. And slaps the shit out of her. And Stephanie McMahon just takes off running to the back. That's that. So, our WWE World Heavyweight Champion is still Daniel Bryan. He did not hand over shit. That's that. We'll see what happens tomorrow night or the next pay-per-view. And then we move on to Bray Wyatt versus John Cena in a holy shit awesome last man standing match. It started off a little bit slow. We get the Usos coming down to try to even the odds here. And we get a fucking Sister Abigail, then we go to a fucking AA, and after the AA, as we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, we get a crab stand. Bray Wyatt just pops up. That's that. That was fucking cool. I really like that. And then finally the Wyatts and the Usos start to get involved here, and Cena takes some steel steps and fucking comes running across the ring and whoof, heaves those fucking stairs as hard as he could. Bray Wyatt catches him fucking elbows, gashed open, bleeding like a son of a bitch, but that was cool. Very, very cool. And outside of the ring, we end up getting goddamn Bray Wyatt nailing Sister Abigail. But then we end up getting a fucking AA. Outside of the ring, everybody's getting their ass kicked. But, and the Wyatts, you know, start to help out, and then the Usos start to help out. So you got a little chaos going on here. But Bray Wyatt was looking like a fucking beast here for a while. Harper gets one of the Usos up at the top of the goddamn turnbuckle with 2 tables down below on the floor. Fucking suplex down through that. Holy shit, super suplex. Boom! Both go through the table. That was an awesome spot. Holy shit. Let me tell you, if you didn't mark out for that, you're not a wrestling fan. And then we finally get outside of the ring, far away. There's this big giant box. It's like for fucking TV gear, whatever the fuck they use it for. It's one of those gear boxes for musicians, but bigger. And they're on top of another one. We get an AA through it. Bray Wyatt goes through this motherfucker, and he's entombed in this bastard. And he flops another one on top of it, covering the hole, and he stands on top of that, and we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. John Cena pulls out the victory here. Never give up. Whatever. Good ass match. Awesome match. Would have liked to see Bray Wyatt take the victory here, but in the end, doesn't really matter who won. The match was fucking beautiful. It was awesome shit. And from there, we go on to Alicia Fox versus Paige for the WWE Divas Championship. And I really thought that they were going to push Alicia Fox here, but we didn't get that. She's a crazy bitch, obviously, in that ring. And she does what she does, and she's saying that Paige is trying to ruin her face. Little corny, but in the end, we get the Scorpion Crosslock. Victory. Tapped out. And the crowd's going crazy. You tapped out, you tapped out. And Alicia Fox, you know, her crazy little, and then just runs to the back with her arms flailing like a fucking idiot. Wasn't the right ending for her. She should have just freaked out and broke some shit and stomped out. But she ran flailing, so whatever. On to the main event. The Evolution versus the Shield. Evolution versus Shield. This fucking match, holy shit. Starts off slow. Yes, it does. Starts off with chaos going on, and it's a no-holds barred. They keep telling us, Michael Cole keeps saying it's a no-holds barred. This all counts. This all counts. But after all the chaos, we finally get into a tag-type match, and they're waiting on the side, holding the ropes. It's no holds barred. No holds barred. Why are you even holding that little fucking rope, reaching for your tags and shit? Who gives a fuck? It's no holds barred. Do whatever the fuck you want, like you did the first 5 minutes. But we had a little organizational thing going on, and I guess we're gonna follow the rules for a few minutes, and then not. Whatever. I'm not going to harp on that because the match was fucking sick. Just great shit. I mean, there's so many things here. Like, just, oh, wow. Roman Reigns and Triple H, they're squaring off, and fucking Reigns, he's taking the torch here. He's just taking that torch. And we end up getting a triple powerbomb on Roman Reigns through the Spanish announce table. But we have so much going on. It's fucking great. They rip off fucking Roman Reigns' gear, all his top gear, and they start beating the shit out of him with kendo sticks. I mean, they are fucking lacing into him. He's just tore the fuck up, and this was great. We get chairs. We get all sorts of shit going on, and the Rollins outside at the top of the Tron, fucking later on, jumps onto Evolution. Whoo! That was a nice high spot. It was awesome. We get some crazy shit. Batista goes to bomb Rollins. He slips out. Reigns fucking ends up coming in, spears him, and Rollins pins Batista. Ambrose then fucking nails Orton with a DDT onto the chair in the middle of the ring, pins him. We have Triple H left against the entire Shield. And after the Shield was looking powerful, organized. But this is now a 1-on-3. And this is awesome. We get a Superman punch of Triple H. But Batista comes in, spears Reigns. Orton then slides in the sledgehammer to Triple H. But Seth Rollins dives into with a fucking knee against Triple H's skull. And then we get that monster spear from fucking Roman Reigns, finishing this match. the Shield takes the victory over Evolution. Evolution is done. Done, done, done. Fucking the Shield is looking great. All three guys just, they have their spots on the roster, but they looked great here. All three of them. And I can't wait to see what happens next. This was good shit. Like I said, it started off a little slow with that hair versus mask match, obviously. And then Cesaro losing his match sucked. But, like I said, there's bigger and better things for him than a U.S. title reign. And then Cody Rhodes, we didn't get a feud against Goldust, but we get a split from Goldust, which is better than a feud. I did not want to see that. So, overall, decent pay-per-view. Cena, Bray Wyatt, awesome shit. Evolution versus Shield, awesome shit. I like that shit. It was awesome. So, what did you guys think of this pay-per-view? Who do you think should have won that didn't? And where do you see Cesaro going? What happens with Evolution next? Let me know. I'll answer your questions. And where does Cody Rhodes go next? What happens, guys? Let's figure this shit out. I'm sure we're going to find out some answers tomorrow night. And I will catch you then. So follow me on Twitter at, again, Rob Kimball Brand. Until then, peace.